Today, we're diving into an overview of sauna use, particularly as it relates to dementia and Alzheimer's risk. As always, this is for informational purposes only. This is not medical advice. If you have any questions or concerns, please consult your healthcare professional or physician and enjoy. We're going to talk about sauna benefits today. Very casual, very sky high overview. We're going to start with this page, which was my first post on the website. So sauna use, we're talking about dry sauna. We're not talking about steam room. We're talking about a temperature somewhere between 115 and a little bit over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 to 100 degrees Celsius. We're going to talk about duration, the literature behind that. We're also going to talk about frequency, which is, in my opinion, probably the most important component that we need to discuss today regarding safe and evidence-based sauna use. So here's just an overview. You can read this yourself, but basically sauna use has been shown to improve a lot of things in epidemiologic and also prospective studies, including heart health, brain health, dementia prevention, which is what we're going to talk about mainly today. So how often should you use the sauna? The evidence suggests that at least 4 times a week can be beneficial. There is a dose-dependent response, meaning if you do it twice a week versus 4 times a week versus 6 times a week, there is likely a benefit at doing it at increased frequencies, meaning that the person that does it 6 times a week is probably better off than 4 and probably better off than 2. Sauna use is generally safe for most people. Obviously, everyone is different, and there are some people like those who are pregnant who should not sauna or should discuss it with their physician. Today, we're going to focus on the dementia risk. So we're going to actually go up here. On my website, if you go to topics, you'll see, the 4 most recent studies, but most importantly, if you go to categories, you can see kind of how we're distributing the content. And here with sauna, we click here. You're going to go to the 2 sauna posts I've had. This is the most recent one, and this focuses on a 2020 study. I'll pull it up real quick here. This is the 2020 study. So this study actually did show that sauna could prevent dementia. This is one of many studies. They took thousands, tens of thousands of participants from this Finnish study, and they found this. Sauna bathing frequency was associated with reduced dementia, so 9 to 12 sauna sessions per month. So again, we're looking at that 3 to 4 a week. This was also echoed by another study in middle-aged Finnish men that showed 4 to 7 times a week as the sweet spot with a hazard ratio of 0.34, meaning there was a significant reduction in their risk for both dementia generally and Alzheimer's with that increased frequency of sauna. And then sauna temperature. This is a little bit more tough, right? Because this is not a prospective or well-controlled study. This is data from patients, questionnaires. So 80 to 99 degrees Celsius, so just under 200 degrees Fahrenheit was found to be effective. And they actually found an increased ratio, a hazard ratio of above 2, being twice as likely to get dementia within 20 years with those that were using a sauna temperature greater than 100 degrees Celsius, which is well above 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So something to know. I think that association is a little weak. I think they compared it to those who were sauning at less than 80 degrees Celsius. So it would have been interesting if they compared that to the 80 to 99 degrees Celsius, but it just goes to show that just because you go higher in temperature doesn't necessarily mean that there's increased benefit. And then sauna duration, it wasn't statistically significant in this study, but there are other studies that corroborate that you should be in the sauna probably for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Ideally, a weekly heat exposure should be hovering around an hour. So there's that 6 days of 10 minutes, is that 3 days of 20 minutes. A little hard to know. I personally, when I sauna, try to hit 20 minutes at each session. If I hit 15 minutes, I'll try to go a little longer in the next session. I think 15 minutes to 20 minutes is that sweet spot. The research shows that duration probably is beneficial. If you thought this was helpful, if you'd like me to do more of these, feel free to subscribe. That helps me reach out to a broader audience, to those that might be interested in this kind of information. I'm going to do more evidence-based deep dives in certain research across dermatology, longevity, health, and science, things that I'm interested in. So stay tuned, and then let me know, as always, if you're interested in anything in particular. I'll try to dive into it.